Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Sorry about this. Not technologically savvy here. Hi, my name is Tara, and I'm a new reborn artist. But I've been watching you guys on YouTube. I'm sorry about the lighting. I'm facing the wrong way, whatever. Whatever. But right now, I am working on the Scarlet Sculpt by Cindy Musgrove. Oh, look here. There she is. I have put on a few layers of burnt umber and yellow mixed together, and I've been putting that on. I did one blue wash, and she has veining. These eyes are too small. I don't know if you can see her. Sometimes it focuses and they get a little lighter. Sorry about that. But I'm about to put on some darker layers right now. And I have done a few babies. You've probably seen Sparrow on my Facebook page, Reborn Dolls of Color. I usually post to. But I'm going to not start with the head though right now. I'm going to start with the legs. This is his or her legs. I don't know what it's going to be, but here's a little foot. She has the cutest foot. I think I love them turned up toes. But yeah. So anyway, I'm going to apply a layer just so you can see how I put the layers on. So just a second, let me put some on my sponge. And I'm going to mix this up again. Right now I have burnt umber and I added a little bit of blue. And I have vein blue, that's all I have, but blue's blue. And so I'm adding a little bit of blue to make this burnt umber a little darker. And I'm just going to put it on my sponge. And I actually rip my sponge like Jackie Ortiz on YouTube. I've been watching her videos. I've been watching a little bit. I get a little bit of everybody's technique. And then I see what I like after I do a baby and see if that technique works for me also. But yeah, I've been watching Jackie Ortiz. When I first started, I love watching Yolanda Boyd Glover. I think she's awesome. Of course, Kat, you are awesome. Love you. So I've been getting a lot of techniques from great artists. Okay. So anyway, I got a little bit of the burnt umber and blue on my sponge, and sometimes if I want to go real fast, I'll just wash it on and then wipe and then pounce it. But I've been trying this just to pounce it on like this. And then I know some people say, oh, don't go over it twice and things like that, but I do, just so I can make sure all the lines and things out, because it'll be a little textured, but not that much textured the way I'm doing it, because I have done that, and I think if your sponge is not just right, it won't leave a good pattern. And I rather have, I'm trying to get in the creases there. It's hard to get inside the creases, and I don't want to build up the creases too much. So I like to do the top portion, and then I go back over it again. Just like that. And then I'll do the bottom portion. I just don't want it to dry and leave lines. I love watching tutorials and things like this, and getting different techniques from everybody. And then I try to figure out what's the best technique for myself. But I like it really, really smooth. She has some modeling that I did with the sea sponge when I first started. I modeled with red and some blue. So now I have some more paint left on my sponge, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the bottom portion now. that I've worked it and smoothed it and pounced it and all the lines out of the top half. And I'm careful not to go on to the first 3 layers. First 2 or 3 layers I did with burnt umber and yellow. I did the entire foot and leg. And I covered this a couple of times with burnt umber and yellow. And then I did burnt sienna to get that little darken up the vinyl and get the little orange color in there. So I did a burnt sienna, and I did cover the foot with burnt sienna also, so that it'll have some color, but not too much. So I kind of just go under there. I stop right there and blend. I don't paint it straight because I don't want a straight line. I just want it blended. I hope you guys can see that. Just want it blended and not look like a straight line. So I pounce around in that area and it just sort of blends. And I'll go back with a brush and do the toes just to make sure the toes, I don't cover the toenails. So like I said, I pounced it on. This is what I've been doing. I've been trying different techniques, so I don't do the same thing all the time. But with this sculpt, I have just wanted to try something different. So I am pouncing, and making sure that it's all blended in. I love painting, guys. This just sort of calms me and makes me feel better. And you know, a lot of people, I listen to a lot of people, and they were saying how they go to the store, and people have their comments and everything about the dolls and things like that. I post my dolls. I posted in Reborn Dolls of Color, and I post them on Cat's Facebook page, and I post on my personal page, because I sell the dolls too. Also a Reborn Mommy, and I post my dolls for, purposes to sell them. And an old friend of mine, it's a guy, and he said, the art, you're mad creative, Tara, but I think they're creepy. Oh, he said the creepy word. Now, you know what happens when we hear the creepy word. We get very defensive. So I took a while to respond because I didn't want to come off all rude and ugly, because that's not me. I'm not that type of person. Like, I forgive folks for being rude, because I always say, oh, forgive them, Lord, because they do not know what they do. And, so anyway, I just responded that, I don't think they're creepy. I think they're fascinating. The art is fascinating. I said, just to have them done by a sculptor to actually craft these babies. I'm just going over the toes right here, just to make sure I don't get the nail when I'm pouncing. So I'm just gonna go over the toes. It's okay if I get like right at the bottom of the nail bed. Okay. And then I'm just gonna lightly tap. And then I'll check them out when they dry and make sure there's no buildup in the toes. I don't know if you can see that. I should have been turned the other way. The light is really bad on this side. But I just want to do a quick video because I don't usually do videos, so I just wanted to do some just so you guys can see me, know who I am. What's up? Yeah. So that's usually what I do, and I'm just looking to see if there's any smudges, lines, any places that I might have forgot. But it looks like it's coming out pretty good. I redid the veining. I did the veining early on, and then because she's dark, it's not that dark right now, but I do want her to be dark. I have another sculpt that I have done, and I'm looking at her, and I know I put up on Facebook that you guys like the legs on her. This is the Thomas Awake scope, and I love her. I did this one. I love her. I'm gonna show you the face in a minute. But when I did the modeling, and some people think it looks good, but I have a problem with it. But I don't want to strip it. You know, I used to do air